I want to show you this.
Okay.
In Detect, let's look at my dashboard, and this absolutely kills me because you see I have an F.
Huh.
I know. It's really upsetting, isn't it?
Sure. I don't know. I'm a solid C student, so.
Oh, yeah, sure you are. So this is for the web domain, and this is very isolated, right? In fact, isn't this an air gap network?
No, it's not air gap.
No, not air gap. Okay. I have no visibility into this, but it's pretty isolated. So this really bothers me. Rachel's like, boo. I know, but I haven't done anything to work in it yet, but I wanted to use this as an example. So are you ready? So in Detect, I thought this was kind of cool. If you scroll down here, you'll see these business contexts. Okay, so I'm going to call these, just for the sake of what we're talking about here. Wow, oh, this is good. I like this. Yeah. We're going to call these containers. Okay.
Okay.
Pretend they're OUs, but containers.
It's a little bucket. It's a bucket of stuff.
It's a bucket of stuff. Okay. So if I click over here to see them, or you can also come down to elements and you're going to see the same thing. Here, I'm going to see all my individual devices.
Okay. 13. You got a big old network here.
It's huge. Well, I don't have them all in here, but in here, if I come up to business contexts, this is the whole container. I can make more of these containers. I'm going to come back to dashboard for just a second.
Why would you want to make more of these containers?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because so this is my organizational contextual risk score, right? So this is everything that I have in this domain. The reason I would want to make more is because what if I have a machine and or a group of machines that I don't want to be weighted very heavily? That would be a reason why.
Okay. Right. So like so I might weight something like a public facing IIS server pretty high.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe the laptop I've got in the corner that gets turned on every 6 months to do a specific task.
Exactly.
Kind of low.
Exactly. I don't really care about that machine, so I'm going to show you one. This one right here, this LT Studio, it's not even plugged in. It's one that Kelly wants to keep around, and we're just going to use it like once a year. So I'm going to show you how to weight this one really low so it's not going to significantly impact your score because it's not even plugged in. Why do I care? Yeah. I need it.
You need it. You want to keep the data inside of Detect. You want to keep it here, but I don't really want it weighted. Like if it's got an old version of Chrome, I know it does, and I need it for this specific reason, and I use it once a year. Okay, come down.
So here I am, and I'm on the device. So I can do this both on the container. We talked about it, right? The business context. I'm going to call a container just so you get an idea of what we're talking about here. Sure. But I can do that just like inherited permissions in an OU. You can change it right there, but that's going to change it for every device in your org or in that container. If I come here on the device itself, that's going to override whatever I set on the container. Are you with me so far?
Okay, so most granular config wins.
That's right.
Okay.
So right here, if I drill down to the device and I come down to perspective settings, let's click on this. Okay. Here's what comes up. So I'm going to call this the who, what, where, but I'm going to go backward. So this first thing, the business impact, this can be inherited from the parent, meaning my container, right? Makes sense? Yep. So this is how does this impact my company or my container? Okay.
Okay. So you're building risk. You're building a risk profile.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay. So this particular machine, the default is 50. That's what it's going to default to. Wow, I really have a hard time clicking on 50, don't I?
You hit it right there, though.
But I don't want this to impact me that much because it's turned off. It's in the corner. So let's rate it at, I don't know, 6. 6 feels okay. Okay, so that's how it's impacting me.
Today's tip, how to gamify your vulnerability report.
Exactly. Yeah. So then the next is asset zone. So where is it? Where is it in my organization? So internet, this would be weighted more heavily, 100, because it's widely available. WAN, is it isolated or nobody can get to it? So you just told me my network isn't totally isolated and isn't a
It's not air gap.
Air gap, thank you. Words are hard today. So I'm going to pick isolated. But you see, I could hit inherited, and that would reset it back down to the default. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to pick isolated. Next is who can access it or accessible by. So I have servers, users, only servers, nobody, or inherited. So it's turned off. So I'm going to pick nobody. Okay. Then I'm going to hit save now. Remember what I just told you. This is going to overwrite whatever I've set on the container. Make sense?
Yep. Okay. It's more granular.
That's right. So I can actually make a bunch of these. So if I come into settings, I can come over here and do, oh, not that one.
Another clear.
Not that one. I know. Woo! I almost went crazy. A business context editor. So because I'm me, I made a whole bunch of these. So I made a virtual machines. I made a, don't touch this because that's for the scanner and stuff that you guys do that I shouldn't be touching. Physical studio machines and old machines I don't care about. So if I want to change the membership in these groups, I click on here and here's my machines down here.
Nice.
All I do is go, get in your home, get in there, click in there. Okay. And then I would add machines to that and it will inherit whatever permissions I've attached to the container. Make sense?
Love it. Love it. Fantastic tip.
So yeah, it's just a way to make sure you're awarding the right level of security to each machine.
Yeah, the right risk.
Yeah, the right risk. Exactly.
Nice. Love it.